The Findlay Trojans head into the first round of the high school football playoffs on a 5-game win streak. The Trojans welcome in a 6-4 Miamisburg team who in Week 9 handed the Vikings. The Vikings handed the number 2 team in the state their only loss of the season. When it comes to playoffs in Ohio, throw the rankings and the seedings out the door because our very own Mike Robinson explains anything is possible.
Findlay High School has turned on the Jets as the season progressed. One thing we learned is that Ryan Montgomery is the real deal. Last week, he just picked up a Notre Dame offer. You don't get those. Those don't come cheap. Let's take a look into this battle here versus Findlay and Miamisburg for playoff prominence. Findlay's offense exploded with 45 points last week over rival Lima Senior. They took it to this team in a beautiful fashion by ground and pound and by the air. Taking a look at it, you saw big plays from Ben Ireland, Max Rolfe, Justin Rolfe all season long. This has been a combination that has been important for Montgomery and the rest of this offense, as they've been able to find these 3 players open quite often. And when you find Max and Justin Rolfe, you're going to know that you're going to get at least 16 yards per catch. And Ben Ireland, he can hurt the teams on either side of the ball. In the special teams game, he's got quite a few kick returns to the house. And also in the pass game, where he can do a lot of things with stretching the field. Now on the other side of the ball, you're going to have to look at this tough Miamisburg team. Coming off a tough loss to Springboro, 35-7. That you know this team, they struggle. On the other side of the ball, you got to worry about Miamisburg's offense. Their offense gets after it. When you take a look at Jackson McGowan, he is one of the biggest mismatches that you can find all over the state of Ohio. Young 2023 prospect is now starting to get some recruitment efforts coming from the Division I schools. He's going to line up wide and he's going to line up at tight end. He's made some pretty insane catches, and they also beat one of the top teams in Springfield. Christian Davis and A.J. Saley are going to have to get this thing going up front. The ground game is going to be important, and that's something that the Findlay Trojans have struggled with a little bit, but not so much recently. They've tightened things up there on defense. And how they've done it, you got to look at the guys like Stagnolia, Ross, Regal, and Treff. Those are the guys that's going to be looked at to be handling most of the bulk of the work on the defensive side of the ball. They're going to have to find a way to trap that tight end and also slow down that Division I running back in Davis. Along with those key players stepping up on defense, special teams will have to be special once again, because in the playoffs, you can't make too many mistakes if you want to win and make that run. Offensively, we'll talk to it one more time. Ryan Montgomery is going to have one of his better games and playing mistake-free if they want to squeak past this Miamisburg football team from Southwest Ohio. Both of these teams are in contention, and both of them could win. Anything can happen on a Friday night. Good luck to both teams.